Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Is this my car?
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous!
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening!
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Shut up.
Shut up!
Ah!
That's why State Farm is there, with car insurance for when things go wrong, but also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Marty Size or Michelle Rudolph in Albuquerque today.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlings, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
To the place where we talk about people getting punched in the face. This is Caged Minds, a Caged Minds takeover of Red Menace TV. Leroy, hope you're enjoying the fish, and he needed that R&R after finishing up the term. Michael Carlisle taking the day off so that I can lead the ship. Obviously, we're going to be talking about combat sports. We got some great guests lined up. But first off, let's take a look back at this past weekend's highlights. Alden, if you could, let's get right to it. A busy week of action. First week of the PFL on ESPN2. And there is Ray Cooper submitting Zane Kamawa. It was the male welterweights and the female lightweights. Full recap and results at CageMinds.com. We also had Fight Night 5 at Isleta here locally. Main event, ground and pound from the back mount position, flattening out Andrew Whitney, Steve Mean, Machine Garcia. That's 2 big victories in a row in the main event there at Isleta. LFA action on Access TV, LFA 66. That is the Go-Go Plata. Andrew Tennyson, JW's own, choking Weston Wilson with his calf. Results and recaps for both events, again, at CageMinds.com. That should have earned Andrew a title shot. Bellator action Saturday night, Bellator 221. Douglas Lima, right hand to the jaw of Michael Venom Page. 2 follow-up shots there. Page was attempting to get up after having his leg swept out on a hard leg kick. Vicious finish there, earning his way to the finals. And in the main event, Patricio Pitbull now equals the feat that Ryan Bader accomplished as a simultaneous two-division champion in Bellator, picking up the lightweight title, the current featherweight champion, a controversial first-round TKO of Michael Chandler. The champ was hurt bad. We go to Brazil for UFC action. It was a hard inside leg kick from Jared Cannonier in the co-main event that drops the legend Anderson Silva. The fight is over right there. Thankfully, not as bad as expected on the injury front. Silva only with a sprained knee. The main event, Rose Namajunas defending the title against Jessica Andrade. Big success early for the champion, but then in a transition, an attempted Kimura gets slammed on her head. New champion, Jessica Andrade, the Brazilian, a big victory. And the most stunning turnout of the weekend, Julian Williams stuns Garrett Hurd and is the new super welterweight champion of the world there in the boxing ring. Knocked down Hurd in the second round and was able to carry that momentum to a unanimous decision victory that took place free on Fox. Now, as for this week's action, we got one more slideshow to talk about what we have going on this week. Enter the Dragon 1 Championship on BR Live. Shinya Aoki, Christian Lee, lightweight title, not to mention Nikki Holdskin and Sage Northcutt on that card early Friday morning from Singapore. You have UFC Fight Pass action, Glory 65, Marek Grigorian challenging Sidachai for the Glory lightweight title. Main event, Jason Wilness challenging Alex Pereira for the Glory middleweight title. That's all Friday on UFC Fight Pass, all three layers of the card. Boxing action Friday night on UFC Fight Pass, Broadway Boxing. Mike Queen Williams versus Ricky Edwards. That's a 10-rounder for junior welterweights. That is your main event. Friday night ESPN Plus, Ryan Burnett versus Gilbert Gomera, a 12-round junior welterweights from Ireland. UFC Fight Pass also has CFC 74. Caesar Balcoma defends the lightweight title against Sydney Outlaw. That's your main event. Road FC on Saturday morning, Road FC 54 lightweight title bout. Asol Kawan versus Mansour Baryani. That is your main event. We have the Zone with Saturday MMA action continuing. KSW 49, 2 title fights. Michael Marsh, Scott Askham middleweight title fight is the main event. Boxing action on the Zone. The World Super Series continues. Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Nico Inoue. That's a 12-rounder for Rodriguez's IBF bantamweight title. Same card, you're also going to see Ivan Birchniak versus Josh Taylor. It's a 12-round for Birchniak's IBF junior welterweight title. Again, that's the World Boxing Super Series. ESPN Plus, Billy Joe Saunders versus Shifet Isufi. That is a 12-rounder for the vacant WBO interim super middleweight title. And ESPN Plus also has RDA Rafael Dos Anjos versus Kevin Lee, your UFC fight night. And on Showtime, it's a big night of boxing action. Gary Russell Jr. versus Kiko Martinez, a 12-rounder for Russell's WBC featherweight title. And then the feature bout of the night, it's a big one. It's the heavyweight title on the line. Deontay Wilder defends his belt against Dominic Brazier. That's the WBC heavyweight title. And finishing up the weekend, you can get back over to UFC Fight Pass, Absolute Muay Thai 19 Saturday and Absolute Muay Thai 20 on Sunday, or on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. So a ton of Muay Thai action coming up, a ton of stuff to look forward to. In some breaking news fronts, we do have a quick turnaround for Donald Cowboy Cerrone, who will be in action at UFC 238 against Tony Ferguson, former interim champion. That one obviously leading to title implications. Former women's flyweight champion Nico Montano. She is returning to the octagon officially, up now at bantamweight. That's going to be happening on the 13th against Sarah McMahon, former title challenger. So a lot of stuff happening. Go to cageminds.com for all the updates. And like I said, don't go anywhere. We have a bunch of great guests coming up today. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
The Barley Room, a proud sponsor of ProView Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering. Let us bring our kitchen to you.
Style Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dream Style Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Is this my car?
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous!
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening!
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Shut up.
Shut up!
That's why State Farm is there, with car insurance for when things go wrong, but also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Marty Size or Michelle Rudolph in Albuquerque today.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales. Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
We're back. It's time for some great guests. And coming off of a successful pro debut up at LFA 65, Dan Argetta joins us now. Dan, I've been trying to get an interview from you forever and try to find out who you are. I've seen you around the gym now for quite some time. Good to finally get to talk to you.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to be on here. I've had a couple of my friends come on here, and I thought it was time to give an explanation how I got out here and why I like this life.
Well, let's start off at the beginning. I believe you're a wrestler, right?
Yeah, I wrestled a little bit.
A little bit. Tell us about that.
I grew up in Orland Park, Illinois, and they have great wrestling programs around Chicago. And once I got done wrestling in college, I was at a Division II school up in Wisconsin called Wisconsin Parkside. I didn't reach my full potential, and I want to give back. The sport taught me so much. I want to give back, and Izzy Martinez gave me the opportunity to coach at his wrestling academy for a couple months, and that turned into an assistant position at Montini Catholic, which is in the past couple years they've always been a top 5 school in the country. And I coached for him for a while, and I enjoyed it. I learned basically my whole wrestling foundation all over again at 22, 23 years old, and he introduced me to a couple fighters. The first fighter I worked with was Anthony Pettis, and I had no idea what I got myself into. The whole sport was new to me. I didn't know he was a world champion. I didn't know any of it. Izzy took me up to this little nice gym called Rufus Sport, and I got my lickings. First time I ever got choked out. First time, bit right through my tongue, and I said, "Oh man, this is different." And after Anthony, then I met my mentor Cub Swanson and very good friend Juan Archuleta. They came up to the gym in Chicago and trained with them for a couple days, and then I started I didn't know if I wanted to coach fighters or if I wanted to be an athlete still and compete. And it took me about a year and a half to fall into the groove of things and basically rebuild a whole new foundation off of what I knew. And it was special. I think the most important thing that my mentors have taught me about the sport is it can be hard, but it's an honest living, and at the end of the day, most of these decisions, most of your trainings, most of your competition, you come out a better human. Win or lose, hard days, easy days, and that's what I strive for. That's what my mentors, that's what they taught me, and that's what I want to bring to the table.
Izzy, Cub, the guys I know,
Izzy,
they've
Cub,
both been out here.
Ray Borg, Juan Archuleta, even, some young guys, Rafa Garcia fighting out of Combate Americas, Patchy Mix, Aaron Pico. I aspire to be like some of these guys, and they really, they've upped my game just by being around them, and it's unreal.
So we've got you there in the Midwest, and then obviously we see how California comes in your life.
Well,
how did you end up out here in New Mexico at JW?
Well, I want to join a fight club.
Well, yeah, you can definitely go there and get some fights.
Yep, I left Chicago. I left the suburbs to come to the desert and join a fight club. No, so I ended up out here. Izzy sent me out here for a couple weeks just as a trial run. I got to work with Holly in a couple one-on-one sessions and see what I brought to the table, and it was cool. It was quite an experience to get to work with her, you know, after her big knockout with Ronda Rousey, and you know, it was special. I guess I didn't know what was being, you know, handed to me at the time, and you know, after, you know, a couple weeks of that, my old buddy Cub Swanson, you know, he showed up in Albuquerque, and I was only supposed to be out here for 3 weeks, and Cub asked me, hey, you want to stay for another month and help me with my training camp? And I couldn't pass that opportunity, and I said, of course. You know, I stuck around. He brought me to, you know, my first event, which was UFC Salt Lake City, where he faced Tatsuya Kawajiri. And it was awesome. I saw why he brought me. You know, I saw why he wanted to train with me. It was because I somewhat emulated his opponent, and then on top of that, you know, it gave me just a taste. It gave me that view of, all right, these shows are, this is one of the biggest stages you can be on. You know, you get used to that and seeing that. At the end of the day, it's just a competition. It's nothing bigger, you know, it's nothing bigger than what you should be making it in your head. Yeah, so I stayed out here with him. I trained and I learned, and you know, I tried to absorb anything I could. And then after that fight, I went back home for a couple months, helped out Izzy for a couple months, and that following winter, you know, Cub hit me up, and I thought I was kind of done with the fighting. I didn't think I was going to fight. I just thought, yeah, when fighters need help, I'll go help them. And Cub hit me up. He said, hey, you want to come out to California and start camp with me? And I was stoked. You know, I began camp with him, and then that started my journey. 8 weeks with him, 4 weeks in California, 4 weeks here. And after his fight, his following fight with, oh man, it's going to bug me. I can't. Well, he had I forgot who he fought.
Choi?
No, it wasn't Do Ho Choi. I wasn't there for that camp. Artem Lobov.
Oh, okay.
So I was out here, and you know, he introduced me to some of his friends who are some people I look up to now, like Georgi Kirkanian from Bellator. And you know, right after that fight, I went straight back out to California, got back to training. You know, didn't look behind me, and he got me my first amateur fight, and it was unreal. You know, the rush of it, you know, after not competing in wrestling for almost 2 years and then doing an amateur fight out in California, it was unreal. You know, the fight sucked. it was sloppy, you know, but I got the finish on an opponent who, you know, he had, I think, 7 wins. He was 7-1, and I got the TKO in the first round, and I was hooked. You know, I liked it. I don't know what it was. I liked it. I enjoyed mostly the process, what I had to learn, you know, going through it. You know, at the end of the fight, it was like, oh, that was easy, but all that work is what made it so easy, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed what I learned, and, you know, at the end of it, I think I came out a better person, and I still have a lot of lessons to learn, and, you know, it's just the beginning, so it's beginning to get fun.
When did you make the commitment? When did you decide that you were kind of full in on this MMA thing?
So after that fight, you know, I was still out in California for a little bit, and our buddy Ray Borg, you know, he was kind of in contact with myself and Cub and Coach Brandon Gibson, and Ray wanted to work with me. He wanted a training partner, and I heard that, and I was like, you know, that gives me a chance, you know, back out in Albuquerque to, you know, experience that. You know, I've been in California for 6 months, and, you know, let's go do that. Let's go help our friend. So I came out here and, you know, started working with Ray Borg. He knew he had a fight coming up, but we didn't know who it was going to be against. And, you know, I told him, hey, man, I'm going to go to California for a couple of days. You want to go? And he goes, yeah. So we get out to California, and the first morning that we woke up in California, he got the call saying, you know, he's going to fight Demetrius Johnson for the belt. And we were stoked. We were just, it was surreal, you know, for a minute, because I just had my first fight, and, you know, I was like, wow, you sure you want me? Like, I can like hang around you and be a training partner. We could bring in more people though. Like just me. You know, he trusted me. You know, we worked hard, and you know, Cub taught me how to be a good human, how to make the right decisions, how to train correctly, how to handle myself as, you know, as a gentleman, and so did Ray. And Ray also, you know, he kind of matured me. He showed me what kind of struggles people have to go through, and it humbled me really quick to just, you know, work my butt off and just grind, train, and the work ethic that we began to build was just, it was unreal.
We go from that to a couple weeks ago, I went up to Vail, Colorado. It's LFA 65.
Yeah.
You now have 4 amateur fights under your
5.
belt? 5 amateur fights.
No.
That was 4-0 that you went as an amateur.
No, I lost my second fight.
Oh wait, 4-1.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4-1 as an amateur, and then we go all the way to LFA 65. You're making this pro debut up there. Tell me about that night, how that felt.
Oh man, I was dialed in. You know, I began my camp out here at Jackson Wink for about a month and 2 weeks, and you know, I was working my butt off. I didn't have an opponent yet. All I had was a date, and I knew it was time to make my pro debut. You know, I'm 25 years old. I need a new job. No, mentally and physically, I was ready. I was primed up. You know, one thing that my mentors always, you know, said, "Oh, you need more experience. You need more experience." They would ask me, you know, "You think you're ready to go pro?" And I'd say, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe I do need more experience." But then something clicked, and you know, they asked me, "You ready to go pro?" I said, "Yeah, I am ready." You know, I put in the work, train like a pro, hold myself like a professional, and you know, maybe I don't have all the cage experience or all the martial arts experience, but in here, I knew I was ready to go. And once I began, you know, thinking like that, my mentors, they agreed. They said, you know, yeah, it's time. It's time to go.
2 takedowns and a
1
TKO.
takedown. Oh no, two
takedowns and a TKO.
Knee to
later.
the head and then take him down. But you know, I was ready. You know, I went out to California with Cub. Cub had his fight coming up, and he was fighting on UFC Ottawa the night after me. And you know, we've got to work. You know, it was only 2 weeks, but that 2 weeks felt like 2 months. You know, he sacrificed a lot for that camp. You know, he left his wife and his 3 new children, you know, at the house, and said, "Hey, we're going to Coachella Valley. We're going to start boxing." And we started, you know, doing 2 a days, 3 a days, every single day for those 2 weeks, except for Sundays. But you know, we got to business, we got to work, and you know, it was hard. You know, I leave my girl, I leave, you know, my comfortable gym, my comfortable home. There's a couple of my mentors out here, you know, and I'm just out there putting in the work, being on my schedule, and it was hard, but it made me remember why we do this. You know, you put in that hard work, it makes fights easier, and you earn your victories. And it was probably one of my favorite experiences in a camp so far, and you know, it showed. I got back here and I was scared about the elevation change. I was like, oh man, I was just training in sea level for 2 weeks, and you know, I live up in the mountains, so you know, I'm around 8,000 feet, and you know, I got back and went for a 5-mile run up at the crest with one of my coaches, Coach Joe Cruz, and he was like, "Well, the elevation didn't bother you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I'm fine." And you know, spent the next couple days, you know, training up in the mountains. I would bring my jiu-jitsu mats up to the mountains, and I'd work with one of my mentors up there. We'd be rolling at 10,000 feet. It was cool. I was dialed in, you know. I making sure that my body, you know, I kept it like a machine. I only focused on my fight, and you know, the mentality I had was, you know, I earned that victory. I put in the work. Now it's time to go have fun, and it was definitely worth it. I had fun. You know, I knew what the job was. Yeah, I wish I would have been able to, you know. I look back at the fight when I got backstage, and I was like, oh man, you know, that was almost like, I made it look easy, but I put in so much work to make it look easy. I wish I would have been on my feet more, but hey, you don't play with your food. You go out there and you take care of business. You know, everyone gets the same treatment. You know, I grew up on the ground, and I'm gonna keep it that way until someone can peel me off of them.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. I can guarantee you this is the first of many more times that you're going to see Dan Argetta around here. Again, congratulations on the first win, sir.
Thank you for
Thank you for coming
having me
on today. That was our first guest. We still got another great one coming up, so don't go anywhere. More the Cage Minds takeover of Red Menace TV in just a minute.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
The Barley Room, a proud sponsor of ProView Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering. Let us bring our kitchen to you.
Style Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dream Style Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Is this my car?
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous!
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening!
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Shut up.
Shut up!
That's why State Farm is there, with car insurance for when things go wrong, but also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Marty Size or Michelle Rudolph in Albuquerque today.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that could happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
The Barley Room, proud sponsor of ProView Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering. Let us bring our kitchen to you.
Style Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dream Style Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Back with our last guest, and this one made history last week, winning National Golden Gloves. I mean, I believe it's been somewhere around 20 years since anyone in Mexico has been able to accomplish this feat. He wasn't even born at that time. Welcome in Abraham Pettis right now.
Thank you guys for having me.
Dude, congratulations, and I believe happy birthday recently too, right?
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So it's been a big week.
Yeah, it's been pretty busy. I feel like all month's been my birthday, to be honest with you.
So first off, let's start with the boxing, going out to Chattanooga. How many fights was it in all?
4 fights in all.
4 fights in 4 days?
Mm-hmm. 4 fights in 4 days. It was a little hectic, but like the fighters were pretty tough. All of them just kept on getting tougher and tougher. It was a good elimination. It's a big bracket.
Now you've been there before. You've made it to this level,
yeah.
But to have this success, to finally reach your goal, what does that mean to you?
Honestly, I was really happy once my hand was raised in the ring, because to be a part of the history books, especially in Golden Gloves, because Golden Gloves is a really old tournament. It's been around maybe since before the 1920s, and so for me to finally be a part of it and win it nationally, it's like it is a big deal for me. I like it.
Boxing is obviously the family business.
Yeah.
How many times have you competed in Golden Gloves?
I've competed in total about 3 times already. Right now, I haven't won the past 2 times. was 2018, 2017. But I was able to get past through state and regionals, both 3 of those times.
So you've been so close. Now you reach it. What was it about your game? What do you think was different about the way you boxed, or what level you've taken your game to get those victories this time?
I think a whole lot of just staying focused. A lot of conditioning. Not giving any of the fighters a break to adapt to what I'm about to give them. So not letting anyone think. It was pretty much a different game. Staying active, but like as twice as active as them was also another part of it. Another big part of it. Staying tricky, and just pretty much not letting them breathe either. Just staying on top of them.
And do you feel that's really what your style has become? That's what you are? You're the pressure fighter?
I feel like I am an all-around fighter. I feel like I can do pretty much boxing or, phone booth. I can do pretty much both of those. I was a counterpuncher probably like a couple years ago, but I learned not to wait as much, especially with different fighters, because every fighter is different, So for those guys over there in Chattanooga, I couldn't wait on them to throw a punch. I had to be the first person to start it up.
And how big of an accomplishment do you feel it is having won this tournament and having fought as well as you did?
I feel like I still learned a lot, fighting for the past 4 fights. I feel like I still could do a lot more to improve, but I do feel that I can get better at it.
And do you feel, has being around the amateurs so much helped rub off on your game? We've seen the success your brother has had, and you being right there sparring with him. I gotta, I expect that there's the direct correlation of the iron sharpens iron.
No, you're right. He's also an inspiration to me, because I also want to go pro, but right now it still has to wait, But getting that sparring with him has helped me a lot, especially with other fighters other than him. So, it's pretty good.
Right, because you get some good looks, not only with the family having the promotion, so we know a lot of the guys that are fighting on the cards, those guys come in there, so you do get a lot of different looks, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, and then, just as long as I can get some different faces, then it's always good. But, let's see, I guess, it's a lot, like, if I can get, like, different fighters, like, so that way I don't adapt to their style of fighting, then I'll be okay. Like at the Olympic Training Center, I was getting different faces every day, and it felt good to try to adapt as quick as I could with each fighter. I feel like that too also helped me change my methods of fighting over there in Chattanooga too.
And you mentioned the experience there at the Olympic Training Center. You've been part of some big tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
One hit on that for 2 things. One, what was that experience like? Because you fought against Bulgaria and some crazy countries. And 2, what is your goals now? You said that pro was down the road. So what's your goals for now?
For right now, it's to stay as an amateur, still get the good amount of fights. Get more experience off of that, and to try to become an Olympian.
The Olympics, that's the big goal right now.
Yeah, and it's literally around the corner. It's coming up quick. So I wanna be pretty much the best I can be.
And what was that experience like going back? Some of those national tournaments, some of that time you spent up there. You said it was different faces, but give us a little more what those experiences were like.
It was pretty cool. The first training camp over there at the OTC, I was sparring against Japan, China, Great Britain, and Finland. So those were a lot of different faces, and different styles from around the globe. So I thought it was pretty cool. They're friendly. They're pretty friendly. They don't speak English, obviously, but I still had fun with them. They had a lot of respect. They're good people. And for tournaments over there in Bulgaria, it was also a different world. In Bulgaria, you know, because like their marketplace, it wouldn't say like Walgreens or anything like that, you know. It'd be in crazy written language, you know. It's crazy. And then like having to use like their different, like their currency, it was awesome, man. I thought it was pretty cool. But also fighting over there was nice. I had fun sparring against like Brazil and other people during the time I was over there. And then fighting like in competition, it was rough. You know, it was pretty rough. I liked it because it was, you know, it was a lot tougher than fighting like here. Like it was pretty bad. Like the guy that I fought, he was from India. He was from India, but he was like tough. He was like real good.
You, as we said, boxing is the family business. Your uncle's a pro right now, your brother.
Yeah.
We got you competing, and I saw your little brother started jumping in the amateurs now.
Yeah.
But I think what's impressive, even though it's kind of family business, I see each one of you guys still has your own style, though, in the ring.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I guess so. I really don't like my brother's style. I mean, the guy who fights my brother knows that they're not gonna like it, you know. He's always a lot more tricky, you know. But then he says the same thing about me. He's like, I don't know what's up with you. I can't hit you. You're tricky. It's like, I don't know. And my brother, he's kind of got like, my little brother, he's got kind of like a counter. He's like a good counter puncher, you know. And I do my best to kind of teach him a couple of little tricks here and there at the gym. And when I see him use it in sparring, it's like, yes, you know, it's like good. But yeah, my brother's style is also, it's like, his timing is crazy, you know. Like, I'll throw a jab out of nowhere. It feels like I jabbed myself, you know.
Do you feel that some things make sense now? You're like, oh, you can think back to when Aaron was teaching you things, and now you're teaching Andrew, and you kind of see those proud moments, and you can look at Aaron and be like, that's what you were taught. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was, because now I'm starting to spar my little brother, you know. Like, just to kind of, like, practice with him. I let him hit me, but, like, I don't know. For a kid his size, he hits pretty good. I was like, I guess I can't take it easy on him, you know. But, no, yeah, we work. And, yeah, it is kind of like repeating what me and my brother have done for my little brother, you know. And my brother looks up to both of us. Like, he gets encouraged. So I do my best to, you know, keep it positive with him.
And then, as far as the promotion goes, we got Legacy Boxing Promotions.
Yeah.
Every fight night, I see you busy, running around. What has it been like from your perspective, learning the business and the back end of the fight game?
Well, it's not easy for sure. That's for sure. You know, it's really not easy. It is. We have a plan like set up for the fights and all that, right? But as soon as it comes down, there's always going to be an issue. And you really got to resolve that issue quick, you know, before things get a little out of hand. But it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't get to watch the fights as much, you know, but I would love to. It'd be nice. But it's pretty cool. I could see myself staying a part of that part of the business, you know, and getting better and trying to like perfect what we need to perfect on that.
And then, here's your expectations. July 20th, Tinley Coliseum. It's going to be a big event for Legacy Boxing Promotions. What do you think this is going to be? What kind of event is this going to be for New Mexico?
It'd be a really good show that you guys wouldn't want to miss out on. I recommend pretty much everyone coming because we do put up a lot of great shows.
Heading into a venue this big, can you feel the excitement from your dad, from your uncle, putting this card together? It is a step up. Going to Tingley, that's one of the major venues here in town.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I see them. They're always excited about it when they talk on the phone with other people. You know, matching up fighters. It sounds good. You know, it sounds really exciting. And you know, I like how they work together. You know, they work real good together.
Abraham Pettis, how does it settle in? You made history last week. No one's done it in 20 years.
I know.
Since you've been alive,
Yeah.
you go out there and you win national Golden Gloves. How's it feel to make history?
It feels real good, man. Like I'm pretty happy. Like I didn't think it was going to be as big of a deal, you know. But the fact that it hasn't been done in New Mexico for, you know, over 20 years, now I see it as a big deal. You know, it's a good thing under my resume. You know, a lot of things that probably future promoters look into. You know.
It's a growing resume. You Google you and check it out. I mean, it has all the accolades listed. That list is starting to grow. Have you ever looked at that and seen, I'm doing some pretty cool things here in boxing?
Yeah, I haven't, you know, but I'm pretty sure I should.
We'll start to having acknowledge how good he's doing here soon. But it was great getting to talk to Abraham Perez. Like we said, right here, ProView Networks, July 20th, Legacy Boxing Promotions, next local event we got coming up. You have June 8th, Southwest MMA Series 28 at Buffalo Thunder Resort and Casino. And then on Friday, June 28th, at the Santa Ana Star Center, Combates America, Andreas Quintana fighting for the inaugural Combate featherweight title. That's going to be a huge one. It's been a Cage Minds takeover of Red Menace TV. Next week, we'll return you to Leroy Lucero, Michael Carlisle, for Micah Frankel, and Alden back there producing. For both of my guests, for Dan and Abraham, thanks, guys, for watching.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
The Barley Room, a proud sponsor of ProView Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect.